Survivor Beauty Brains versus Brawn starts tonight. And we have on the Brain team from Tehachapi, our own Kassandra McQuillen. But you are called Kass, correct?
Yeah, I shortened it to make it easier on Jeff so he could yell at me.
Jeff Probst, of course, the host. How is Jeff Probst when you go to Survivor? Is he exactly what he sees on TV?
You know, he never changes clothes. He's always in that blue shirt, the khaki pants.
Really?
No, he does change his clothes. He is exactly how he is on the show.
Great.
And he's a little sarcastic, and if you're lagging in a challenge, he'll be sure to say, you know, there's Kass pulling up the rear or something to point out to everybody who is causing the problem.
Who's slow? So are you saying, are you slow on your tribe, on the Brains tribe?
I'm not saying that. I want to use my name as an example.
Okay.
Of a shortened name that may be said a lot by Jeff.
Well, to tell everybody at home, here's your chance. Who is Kass?
I am a super fan. I mean, I'm the person who sits and watches and is like, I can do that. I could be on Survivor. And all it takes is a glass of wine and a 3-minute video, apparently.
Have you always been a fan of Survivor?
I have been a huge fan. I have never missed an episode. Loved it from the start. I applied at the beginning, you know, for season 2, 3, 4, 5.
And never got on.
Never got on. I took about 10 years off from applying.
Okay.
Got married, had a kid, became a lawyer, and then I turned 40 and said, I'm going to go apply for this show as the old lady mom.
Mid-age life crisis, right?
My midlife crisis. And yeah, and they called me 3 days after I submitted it. It was incredible.
All right, now you said you're an attorney, so do you use that in the gameplay as a lawyer? Do you tell them what you do?
My plan is to never tell them I'm an attorney.
Okay.
My family happens to own an exotic animal ranch up in Tehachapi. We have the largest herd of reindeer in the state of California.
Little plug, nice.
So you'll see me saying I'm an animal handler on the show.
Nice.
And that way, I don't want people knowing I'm a lawyer. Then they would know I was conniving and ruthless and all the things that you're hearing about me.
Well, you're on the Brains team, so you have to use a little bit of that deceit. You have to think about it.
Yeah, being on the Brains tribe, it was hard because my whole plan was to dumb myself down, and then you're placed on a mat and told, hey, these are the smartest people we have. And, well, there goes that game plan. But fortunately, for me, on the Brains tribe, everyone has a very large ego and is very proud of their intelligence. So my plan then was just to be the humble, like, hey, I'm the street smarts person. And I don't know if they'll show it, but eventually people are calling me farm fit and farm smart and really buy into that.
Interesting. So that's you bring up a good question, what people say about you. Do you think Survivor is going to portray you as a villain or a hero? Going into it, everybody thinks they're going to be a hero, but how do you think you will be perceived?
I am hoping I will be perceived as someone who knows the game, loves the game, and is there to play the game. Whether that makes me a hero or a villain, I'm willing to take on any role I have to.
Will Tehachapi be proud of you?
If people understand the game,
right,
and that it is about one person winning, people will get it. People who are looking for a nice mom who just coddles people along, and you know, maybe they might not feel sympathetic toward me. You
have a 6-year-old daughter. How does she feel about you going to Survivor?
She likes it. Right now, we try to play it down because there's a lot of, Tehachapi's a small town.
Sure, everybody knows.
Everybody knows. I go to the school, people want to talk to me. I go to the grocery store, people want to talk to me. So I'm hoping it'll die down and we can just resume our normal lives. You have to remember, we filmed this months ago.
Sure.
And it was a big toll on my family. I was gone for almost 7 weeks, no contact. So that was an interesting part of life.
But you get to be in an island full of rain, full of tropical conditions, coconuts.
Well, it was like being at home. You know, there were lots of lazy men, lots of toddlers, lots of whining, a little bit crying, and everybody wanting someone to make dinner.
So the men are pretty, you're saying the men are pretty weak in this season?
No, I think the men are great. We have some true gentlemen on there.
Okay.
We have some true not-so-gentlemen on there. We have some great women on there. We have some people who aren't having their finest moments out there.
Well, that's going to happen after so many days without anything. By the way, when you came home, what was the first thing you wanted to eat? Or at least when you got off?
I wanted a cheeseburger. That's all I thought about out there. When you're out there, what you talk about at night in that shelter when it's pouring down rain and you're all huddled together is food.
Food. So, all right, so here's the final question. Would you do it again? If you're asked, Jeff Probst says, hey, Kass, I want you back on the show. Would you do it again?
In a heartbeat. I would love to do it again. It was a great experience. It was fun, and you can't ever, you can't explain how cool it is, especially as a fan. If you're a football fan, it's like being the quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Sounds awesome. Survivor airs tonight right here on CBS. Be sure to check it out at 8 o'clock. Beauty, Brains, and Brawn. Kassandra, Kass, McQuillen from Tehachapi, this season's Survivor. We'll see how well she does. Awesome.
All right.
Yay. All right, so